What is up, you guys? Miami Hurricanes time, back at y'all with another video, and today we're doing one thing that we haven't done in a while, and we're doing a positional preview. We've done just about all the offense. We're on the defensive side of the ball, defensive line, and this one's something to get excited about for the Canes. Now, our defensive line did sustain a bit of a loss as Jess Simpson has left the Canes in the recent weeks. Now, there's no worry of talent at all there, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I get into it, if you could please do me a favor, smash that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't joined the family, this college football community of the Canes in Focus. Let's get into it. So, Miami Hurricanes defensive line. Last 2 years, it has been arguably the best in the nation, especially last year where they were measuring first in passing defense, first in tackles for loss defense, the first defense on third down percentage. I mean, these guys were just going at it, ball hogs, ripping lines apart, destroying them, and it always started with the front four. Now, we did have a great secondary and linebacker core, and that's not going to go away, but the linemen there, some changes have happened, and we're going to break down into what the Canes can expect coming into the 2020 season. You can expect greatness, in my opinion. The first position we're going to talk about is defensive end. Now, the first guy you want to know is Gregory Rousseau. Gregory Rousseau is not a guy that pops out everywhere and around the stats. He hasn't played enough games to really get in there, but the coaches have raved about this guy. He is just an athlete, they say. He's really tall, really long arms. He's so quick, so fast. He's feisty. Expect him to make some noise for the Canes and kind of be an underdog lineman that's possibly going to be a superstar in the making. The next guy that we already know is Jonathan Garvin. Jonathan Garvin was absolute baller last year, and he's going to become even more of an impact, and I expect him to be a starter this year at defensive end. He's just been ridiculously good. He caused 2 fumbles last year, 60 tackles accounted for, 5 sacks. This guy was just a monster, and people were scared to go versus him. But defensive end does not end there with these two guys. And that's the blessing that Miami can do this year and last year, and what Diaz has done and why he's head coach now. He always had great starters, but he also got guys that had tremendous talent and athletic ability right behind them. Because in his ferocious defense, when you attack, he needs guys to be fresh so he can sub them out. But he doesn't want athleticism and talent to drop off. So now we have also a Scott Patcham. Now, he's not a name that we've heard a lot, but I wouldn't dismiss him yet. He's defensive end, but he's a senior this year. He's been around the program for a while. I expect him to do pretty well. He has a lot of game experience. He's going to be a great rotational guy for sure. But the other guy that we all know and we're waiting about is Trayvon Hill. Trayvon Hill is a transfer from Virginia Tech, and this guy was just a stellar player at Virginia Tech. He was scary and wreaked havoc. I expect much more of him to do for Miami, and I expect him to be the other starter for defense end. Now, I want to hear your thoughts if you disagree on one of my picks for starts. That's okay. Throw it down below, or if you agree, or what you expect for a defensive line to do. Will it drop off since we have a different lineman coach, or not? Now, the next tackles that we got to talk about is defensive tackle. Pat Bethel is the guy that you want to know about. He's a senior, had 22 tackles accounted for last year. His production always grew year after year. I expect him as a senior to be just as dominant as you could expect a player to be. Now, the other guy is Jonathan Ford, is kind of in the mix. You've heard his name kind of thrown around there. Don't dismiss him. He'll be probably more of a rotational guy in my opinion, but he's been around the program for a bit. I expect him to start making some noise this season. The other guy that you may not know of is another transfer from UCLA, Chigozie Nnaruka. Now, he's a defensive end, and his first season was pretty incredible at UCLA. He accounted for 46 tackles in 2017. The problem was UCLA swapped their defense around. They said, you know what, we're going to go away from the 4-3 Manny Diaz ferocious style defense and go to a 3-4. And Chigozie Nnaruka did not like that. His stats clearly showed it was not the fit for him, and he wasn't as productive, which led to his transfer. Now, I expect him to be a starter at defensive tackle for the U. He's a stellar transfer. I expect him to have immediate impact. I expect him to be starting along with this next guy, and he's the one I'm most excited for to see where he goes, is Neston Silvera. Now, Neston is a freshman last year, and he accounted already for 13 tackles. This guy was ferocious and a beast, and I expect him to be more in place and stepping up to that role of filling in the big shoes of Gerald Willis. Gerald Willis was a guy that, I mean, he had 2 guys going on him every single game. and I wish him the best of luck in the NFL. I expect him to do great things and him to be just a dog in the NFL. Definitely an underrated combine draft pick that's going to be coming up. But Silvera has got big shoes to fill, but I believe he'll adjust well, and as he grows in that position, he's going to do just fine. That's the defensive line, all the starters and rotation guys that I believe, but I want to talk to you guys about also the future. And I'm going to ask you, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button down below. I greatly appreciate it. Hang on to the end of the video. I got some interesting stuff to talk about with you guys. So, the future looks really bright for Miami. At defensive end, if you haven't heard, I don't know where you've been, Jaelan Phillips, the top 2017 recruit, the best defensive end in the country, arguably, is coming in. He's sitting out this season due to medical concerns, and as a fan base, for the most part, we're all pretty happy him taking the wise decision, taking it slow, letting the Miami Athletics team, medical team, be best in assessing his health and helping him recuperate. I wish you best in the offseason, man. I hope you do well. Get used to the defense and the scheme, but he's going to make huge noise in 2020. The other guy is Harvey. Okay, Harvey is a defensive end that's a blue chip prospect. I mean, a whole bunch of 4 and 5 stars on that defensive end and line. A couple of underrated 3 stars too. Just everywhere. This guy is going to be making an impact, and he's a freshman. I don't expect him to be starting. He may get a couple of tries in the rotation or FCS opponents, so watch out for him at defensive end. The other guys are defensive tackle guys for the future. I expect Jason Blissett to be a baller. Now, he's a freshman though, and linemen, they need time to grow, to learn the schematics. It's a difficult position to grasp his first year and become as a freshman. Honestly, really, you're the right size to be starting at a college Division I level. But expect these guys to be starting and on your field of view for 2020, 2021. And the future, I'm just telling you guys, it's rotation, picks, high guys. It's nasty defensive line. I expect production to not go down at all. The last guy is Jared Harrison-Hunting. Now, he's a defensive tackle coming in from New York, and he was an underrated prospect in my opinion too. He actually was a dual sport athlete. He played some basketball too, was really good at it, decided to go with football, coming to the U. This guy's going to be a very, very good athlete. He's very fast. He's very destructive on the line. I expect him to fit into the Miami style very well. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Smash that like button. I'd really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you hang around for this video, check out those links down below. Have some custom shirts made for y'all. Some cool gear over there. The other thing is, I'm excited to announce to you guys, we're going to be doing something a little different on the channel. We're going to be trying to roll out 2 content videos each day. Now, there's going to be one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I'm trying to do one going to be always Miami related because it's always all about the U. The second one is going to be kind of something different. It could be Miami related, sometimes just general football, because I think us all fans can really benefit from learning and hearing what's going around in the football world, and it's kind of fun and exciting. So be on the lookout for that. We're starting a new show called Building the Championship Roster Team. So keep your eyes on the lookout for that. It's dropping soon. We're going to be evaluating the quarterbacks. Guys, it's fun and all. I love it. The offseason kind of sometimes sucks, but at the end of the day, we know it's always all about the U.